welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my Q&A video, and I just thought this would be fun. I think someone asked me if I had ever done something like this. I think it was Erin Christine in the comments, and I haven't really done anything to get to know me a little better, so I thought it would be a fun way to kind of connect with you guys about stuff other than makeup. So if you didn't see, I had a video where I asked for questions, and so I have a lot of questions here. I kind of divided them into two sections. I have like personal questions and then kind of makeup related questions. So I have a feeling it's going to be pretty long, so I'll probably divide it into those two categories. And I'm not sure if I'll film them both today, but I'm going to at least film the personal ones today. So yeah, so I had a lot of questions that were repeats, so I might not say who asked those questions, but I did mark down if there were any unique questions, who asked them. So anyway, let's get started. And the first question is from Macy, and it's, what is your first name? Because I mentioned before that my first name isn't Peachy. So yes, my last name is not Keen, and my parents weren't mean enough to name me Peachy. No offense to anyone whose real name is Peachy Keen, but that is just a nickname I have, and there's another question about that. I'll get more into it later. But my first name is Laura, but you can call me either one. I have friends who call me Peachy in real life, so it's no big deal, but if you want to call me Laura, go ahead. The second question was from Erin Christine, and it is, how old are you? And I am 28. The next question was one of the most popular questions I got, and I was kind of surprised that this was one of the most requested questions, and it was, how did you meet your husband? So I met my husband when I was right before I started my senior year in college. I'm still really into music and photography, but at the time I was kind of, as a hobby, did a lot of music photography for local bands. So I kind of got to know a lot of people in different bands in the city, and I made a lot of friends that way. So this particular night I was going to see one of those friends in a band play a gig at a bar, and my roommate was actually supposed to come with me, but she was too tired, so I ended up going alone. And I ended up hanging out with kind of a new group of friends. They were all people I had met before, but never really hung out with before very much, I guess. So I'm really glad my roommate didn't come, because otherwise I may never have met my husband. So I was hanging out with these new friends, and I was having a lot of fun getting to know everyone and just, you know, hanging out. So I ended up staying almost until the bar closed. And I was about to leave, and I saw one of my friends who was in another band talking to someone, and I went over and I was just saying goodbye. And I don't know if you've ever heard of a Minnesota goodbye, but it's kind of a thing where people, you say goodbye, but it just goes on forever and you never leave. So it was kind of one of those situations. I was like, bye, I'm leaving, see you later, and they were like, oh, goodbye, you're leaving, okay, goodbye, but they wouldn't stop talking to me. So this other guy is now my husband. So we met through that mutual friend. We ended up going back to the friend who had played the gig, his apartment that night, and I hung out with him a little more, and it sounds really stupid, but we followed each other on Twitter, and then a couple days later I think we were kind of talking on Twitter, and we ended up hanging out, and I don't know, it never stopped. So that is how I met my husband. Another question, I guess I didn't put these in a really good order, but anyway, the next one is from Lizbeth Style, and it's, what's your favorite color? And my favorite color is green and probably purple. And then she asked if I wear those colors a lot, and no, I don't. Most of my clothes are black or gray. I don't have a lot of colored clothes, I guess, and when I do have colors, I really like blue and I don't know, but I don't really have any green or purple clothes. I mean, I'm sure I have one or two things, but yeah, so even though they're my favorite colors, I don't really wear them. Another question was, do you have any siblings? And this was from 287 Katie Bug. And yes, I have a little sister. She's 3 years younger than me, and that is it. So I should have put all these in order, but the next question, I think a few people asked me, but I have written down that Gigi asked it, and it was, when did you get married? And I have been married 5 years, this coming summer it will be 5 years. And then Candy Lion asked me where we went on our honeymoon, and we went to Seattle and Vancouver. I think we were gone for maybe 10 days, or maybe 8 days, I don't remember, but we were basically half in Vancouver and then half in Seattle, and we really liked it. We're both not like beach people, so we didn't want to go somewhere like an island or any kind of something like that. So yeah, so we went to Seattle and Vancouver, and we were actually planning on doing that again for our 5-year anniversary, but as you know, he'll be in a different country, and so that's not happening, but we do want to do that in maybe next year. So Christina Nicole asked what we usually do for date nights, and nothing too crazy. I mean, we go out to eat. I'm really into food, and I like going to new restaurants and stuff like that. Lately we've been going to a local movie theater a lot. It's kind of like it's a really small theater, and they like show a bunch of really weird and random movies, and we've been going there a lot, and it's been really fun. We also host like a bad movie night with some of our friends. My husband really likes like really terrible movies, like that are so bad that they're good kind of thing. So that's something else we do with some of our friends. And then, I mean, we used to go to a lot of shows. We don't really do that quite as much anymore. And I don't know, we just hang out at home and watch Netflix a lot, so nothing too exciting there. So kind of in the whole husband vein, I also had, I think, Cherish and Nikki asked if I want kids. And you know, right now I'm a nanny. I do love kids, but I'm totally happy to give the kids back when their parents get home. So for now, that's fine with me. I have a lot of little kids I can hang out with when I want to. I have friends with kids, but and I'm gonna get into this in a minute with my whole career and life update, but right now I'm busy with kind of career things, and I want to wait until, you know, I am able to start my career and I'm done with school before I start a family. So, you know, that is something that will probably happen someday, but not in the next couple years at least. So yeah, next was another question from Gigi, and it's, what kind of dog do you have? And I've shown him in a few videos. I'm not going to go get him right now, but he's half Jack Russell, half Bichon. And I adopted him a few months after we got married. Growing up, I had a Bichon my whole life, so when I was looking for a dog on Pet Finder and stuff, I was looking for a Bichon, and this was half Bichon, so I was like, oh, he'll be just like my old family dog. But no, he's all Jack Russell in personality, and I wasn't aware. I didn't know anything about Jack Russells when I adopted him, so he's way crazier and way more high energy than I expected, but I love him, so I wouldn't have it any other way. He's not gonna come. Gigi also asked me what my favorite band is aside from Gwen Stefani and No Doubt, because I end up talking about her all the time for some reason. So I really like a whole lot of different music, and that answer has changed probably a million times over the past few years. But I really love Ryan Adams, with an R, not a B, and Wilco, and what else am I into right now? Josh Ritter, all that kind of folksy but rocky, I don't even know. I listen to a lot of different stuff. I live in Minneapolis, and we have, there's a hip-hop collective here called Doomtree that I really love, especially Dessa, who is, she's like a rapper and a singer and a poet and a writer, and I love her. So she's probably my favorite here, and then the other people I mentioned are more like national acts that I'm really into. Alright, so the next probably most popular question was, I've mentioned I'm in grad school, and it was kind of, what are you studying, what is your undergrad degree in, what do you want to do after you're done, and basically all of those kind of questions. So this is kind of what my life update has to do with, so I'll just get into it now. So my undergrad degree was in political science. For a little while when I was an undergrad, I was thinking about going to law school. I would not enjoy being a lawyer or going to law school or anything like that. So I kind of didn't know what to do with my life when I graduated. I took a year off and I worked, and one thing that during my undergrad, I had gained a lot of weight and I lost about 50 pounds. So I had gotten really interested in food and nutrition, but it was more of a hobby to me. It wasn't something I ever thought about doing as a job. But then during that year off when I was working, I realized that that would be something I would really enjoy to do. I decided to go back to school for nutrition. So I have my master's in public health nutrition, and then the past few years, so I finished my master's coursework 2 years ago, and since then what I've been doing is going to school part-time because I did not have my undergraduate degree in nutrition. So I've been taking a bunch of classes that I would have taken if I had been an undergraduate in nutrition, so I could apply to be a dietitian. And initially when I wanted to go to grad school, I didn't think that that was what I wanted to be, so I didn't pursue that path. But after talking to my advisor and kind of going through all our classes, I realized that it was what I wanted to do. So it's been kind of frustrating because I've been in school for so long and I'm so ready to be done and to start my career, but this is my last semester. I'm only taking one class. It's my last class, and so if you don't know, to become a dietitian you have to both complete a dietetic internship and pass an exam, and you can't take the exam unless you get a dietetic internship. And therein lies the problem, because they are very, very competitive to get. It's kind of a matching system, much like being a doctor for residency and that type of thing, where you can apply to a bunch and then you rank them, and then they basically rank you, and then you don't get an option. Basically you just, one day you find out if you were matched or not, and I think the match rate is about 50%. So it was very nerve-wracking doing all of this work and not knowing if it was going to pay off, because I could have spent, 2 years going to school part-time for basically no reason. I mean, I could reapply. A lot of people do end up reapplying and matching the second time, but last year has been really stressful. And on top of that, in October we found out that my husband got the opportunity through his work to work abroad for 6 months. So basically for the past 6 months I have been going insane, not knowing where I'll be living, if I'll be living here, trying to get more experience because I didn't get matched, if I'll be living somewhere else that I applied to do an internship, will I be living in the UK with my husband while he's doing his business trip. I had no idea, so it was really, really stressful. I applied in February, so I've been really stressed out the past 2 months, especially the past few weeks. But Sunday was match day, and I was it was the hardest day. In the morning I went to the Rouge event, and then I went to the gym, and I just tried to keep my mind off of thinking about it, because we found out at 6 p.m. So all day I was kind of trying to be calm and relaxed, doing everything I could to be calm and relaxed. But really I was a little ball of stress and anxiety. So but if you have guessed, if you watched it on Instagram or anything, I did get matched. I got matched to my first choice, which is really exciting. That's not where I had an interview, so I really had no idea what the chances were. And I found out when I accepted yesterday that they only accepted 2 people outside of their school system. So it's through a university, but they have they reserved most of the spots for their own students, and I was one of 2 people selected from externally. So yeah, so that is really, really exciting. I finally can start planning what I'll be doing this summer, what I'll be doing the next year, and I don't have to have this huge question mark when I think about the future. So I will be moving in the summer. One of my best friends from high school lives there, and I have another friend there as well. So I'm moving this summer, and I'm starting to plan. I'm trying to find a place to live, and then I'm hoping that I can start getting my ticket to go abroad soon too. I really want to try to be abroad with my husband most of June, and then I have to be in my new city in July. Yeah, so I found that out less than 2 days ago, so it's been a kind of crazy few days. I'm feeling much better about life. Anyway, I have a lot to think about, and I'm going to be working 40 hours a week plus classes and other kinds of things for this internship. It's a really big deal, so I might not be posting as frequently. I also have time to film on the weekends, hopefully, so, you know, my frequency of posting will probably go down once that starts, but until then, I'm still going to post as much as I can. But, you know, in the next few weeks, I do have a lot to figure out, so I might have to reduce my posting coming up here, too. So just bear with me if I'm not around for a few days. I'm probably just trying to find some place to live or figure out that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so anyway, that's my exciting life update. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really happy and just really excited for what the next year holds for me and my husband as well. I had a couple people, Courtney and Tammy, asked what I'm looking forward to visiting, and I really haven't been able to answer that question just because I don't know how long I'll be there, or, you know, if I'll have a chance to do everything that I want to do. But we both really want to visit Scandinavia. One place we really want to visit is Denmark, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. I also have a friend, my best friend from preschool actually, is working in Germany right now, so I'm hoping I can maybe go there for a weekend or something and meet up with her somewhere or something like that. I also, I studied French in high school, so I would love to go to Paris for, even if it's just a day. I would like to go there after, you know, I spent like 7th grade to 12th grade learning French. I would like to use it a little bit, as much as I can remember, I guess. So those are the main places I want to visit. But he will be based in Scotland, so that's where I'll mostly be, but I am hoping to make a few little side trips. I probably won't be able to make all the side trips I mentioned, but I really hope I can make at least some of them, and who knows. So I'm just starting to kind of plan that whole trip as well. And if you have any suggestions of things to do in that area, let me know. Yeah, so that's all of the kind of personal questions I had written down. So I think I'm going to end this video now and then start a second portion. So if you want to see my kind of makeup Q&A related questions, or they're also like YouTube related, I guess, I will post that soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!